Hello, and welcome to the Division again. We're heading into the Dark Zone. From the last video I did of this, I slated the Dark Zone because I didn't really know what to expect, and I was unpleasantly surprised to find that it was pretty bad. Now having got some skills up, I have a better understanding of it, so as you can see we're entering the Dark Zone. Go to it here. Oh, there's that new area to the north in this old video, but not to the south, you notice, because this is an old one. Now there we are, loading in. But yeah, I didn't go into any of that. I was heading into the Dark Zone, and I don't know why I'm moving about on the map so much. I recorded this a long time ago to clarify. And then I recently went into the Dark Zone again, and I decided to string the two together because I had a good go on the second run, which is this second run. And then I went on to a third run, and that was pretty good. It soured towards the end a bit, but I got the general gist, and I think the general gist of the Dark Zone is just generally don't spend a lot of time in there if you don't know what you're doing. I'll admit it, I didn't really know what I was doing at the start, and I'm still not 100% sure now. But I've picked up a bit of a trick to survive and tips to help people survive. So that's my favourite extraction zone there. You can see right by the building there. I think that's the Empire State, or is that? I don't know New York. I'm British. I've never been there. But that was my favourite extraction zone, and around that whole area, just never really going outside that sort of line of area, because once you cross over to the other side, then things get pretty dicey. But that for me is quite a nice area, and by this church here, the crossroads there, that's a nice area to find enemies and kill them and gain experience. And that's basically what you want to do in the Dark Zone. Before you start collecting items, get some experience up, because I entered at a very low level. People could see I was a low level, and you could see at the end there on my last video, they formed a blockade around my entrance point. As soon as I walked in, they were waiting for me, and if I went to another point, they sent scouts who then went and killed me. So they were just picking me off for my money and for the experience, because you get more money and experience if you kill a player than if you kill a bad guy. So yeah, they thought, oh, free ride for experience and money, and they were raking it in. So that's why I've now got a higher level. I've reached rank 30, and I've got the extra special skills which other players had. You can see there in the bottom corner I'm equipping the health. Turrets are useful. Shock turrets are useful against players. The modded sight turrets where you can see and do more damage on it, that's the second mod of that, is good. But rather than using the that one there, that's the one I was talking about. Rather than using the heal unit, the heal box that people throw on the ground, I found it much easier nowadays to use the heal gun with the overheal. That's the double plus on the there's me looking at bombs, but you really want a heal item, and I think I figured that out on the third push in. I was like, well, I'm not going to go in guns blazing, because I only have 5 health kits, and I need to have a bit of something a bit more flexibility on health. So I sort of learn and evolve over time, and I think that's something we all could do. But you want to go into the Dark Zone with as much equipment as possible, as many health kits as possible, and obviously a full stack of ammo. You want a large backpack that can store a lot of spare bullets, because you'll find ammo scarce in the Dark Zone. So in a minute this video is going to finish, and hopefully I'm going to pick it up with the next one. So I will see you there. Yeah, so as you remember from the last video, I had mostly purple stuff in from video 1. Now you can see it's all gold, and more importantly, when you press X you can mod it, so you can choose different things for it. Also down the sides you can see like readings of what sort. On the right hand side you can see what sort of things you can get if you've got the right technology for it. So you want to try and boost your health, boost your technology, so you unlock those perks for the gun, as well as having the mods for the gun to like upgrade like stock and barrel and that sort of thing as usual, and that will help you survive. But as you can see there, I've got 2 assault weapons. That turned out to be a big mistake because you only have 1 cache of ammo for both. You need something like I don't know, I definitely think you need an Uzi for players. If players come at you with a small weapon that shoots a lot of bullets, you're dead, unless you have one as well. Sniper rifles, yeah, they're powerful. Shotguns, yeah, they're powerful, close range. But a lot of players will weave around both of those. Even a shotgun you can weave around it if you do a well-timed roll. And let's face it, a lot of the players in the Dark Zone can do a well-timed roll, so I regretted my assault, double assault, even though they were pretty powerful guns. They were quite powerful. I got more powerful guns in the third one that did a lot more damage. But I equipped a sniper rifle, which is one I got off one of the missions. I replayed a mission on hard and they gave me a very nice sniper rifle, which does a lot of damage, a ton of damage. One of its perks is a 40% hit in the first second. Sorry, someone's trying to call me. But yeah, sorry about that. A hit that does 40% critical damage with the first shot. So the first shot, if it's a headshot, and if it is on that 40%, it does a ton of damage. Usually removes all the armor on a gold player, and then you can just take them out with a second headshot, which just kills them. So, as you can see, I as you will see, I suppose, in the third video, once I got that sniper rifle, I was taking out bad guys left and center, right and center, but not players, because the sniper rifle is easily to dodge for a player. Alright, sometimes you hit them, but then they'll always heal up, and your second bullet doesn't do as much damage. So you need something with a lot of bullets in it that will fire rapid fire, like a little Uzi or a little minigun, like that, which will just do a ton of damage in a small amount of time so that they can't recover, and then if you need to, finish them off with a pistol or a hit in the face or anything like that. Just get them on the ground and kill them. Obviously if they're friendly, don't, but let's face it, most of them aren't. So carrying on with the next video. I'd like to take this moment to apologise for not putting out this video earlier, because it was going to go out earlier before I did the third part. I put them together because basically I had a cold, and that stopped me from being able to talk because I completely lost my voice. So I couldn't do anything until, and then I decided let's go into the Dark Zone again and, you know, then slap them together as one video, hopefully. So you can see I entered the Dark Zone via a jump over the fence rather than a checkpoint. You can do that. It's more surprising for players because obviously they don't expect you to come there. They're sometimes just waiting outside the gates, but if you come over a fence, people rarely go down that way. So you can see already I've seen some bad guys taking cover as usual. And I got a nice scope so I can zoom in and get some sweet headshots. See, I'm taking off armor, and then I switch to my other gun rather than reloading to try and get all of that. Throw out my turret to provide me with some fire while rolling to the side to avoid the grenade that was thrown, which is nice. He takes that down. I shouldn't have let him done that. I should have switched the pistol there, but it served its purpose. It let me get to cover, let me reload. There's the overheal. As you can see, that green bar fills up there, and that's the extra health I've got. So even though I've just taken a lot of damage there, I still have full health, and that health will recharge, don't forget. So already I've got a purple item. At this point I'm thinking, well, maybe I could pick pick it up, or maybe I can't, but now's not a good time to look at it. So instead, I finish off these guys, and then I go back for it. And that's another thing about the Dark Zone. Don't forget, as soon as you pick up an item, you get that little pouch at the back of you. Now, other players will look at your level and assess that person is level 8, so he's probably not got something worth having. Well, that person is worth level 20. Alright, maybe he's got something worth having. Level 30? Yep, he's definitely got something worth having. So it depends on your level, it depends on their level, but sometimes, let's face it, people just shoot you for fun. Because we've seen that, we've all been there. You're in the Dark Zone, you're just happily plugging away at an enemy and someone comes up and murders you for no apparent reason. So you gotta be wary, you gotta be on your guard. And you gotta have your heal stuff ready, really, because there is that bit of a delay. I know I've pressed it, and it's like, oh, but you didn't press it quick enough. And I'm like, oh well, now I'm dead, and this guy's just T-boning me, which is nice. Well, teabagging, I suppose, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so I kill these guys, and I'm checking out. So I'm looking at the downward arrow, and it's saying it does less damage, so I don't want it. There again, less damage, I don't want it. So I'm not picking it up, I'm not showing that bag, and I'm not creating a target for myself. So what I'm actually doing is I'm just gonna push away to one of the drop sites, I believe. I don't want to stray too far north, and I want to stay in sort of the lower level of the area, like I showed at the start of the video. So I go to that site there, and I'll pick it up in a minute. So this video leads right off the other one. I made my waypoint and I'm heading up that way. The conditions aren't brilliant. It's snowy and it's foggy, and it's usually a little bit clearer than this in the Dark Zone, but
now entering a contaminated area.
That's the other thing about the Dark Zone. There are contaminated areas, and if you're up against someone who's got a smaller mask size than you, you can use them to lose them because they have to run all the way around. But that very rarely happens unless you find someone completely brand new. Almost threw my heal grenade there. I'm on my turret, and as you can see, I've thrown it on top of the car, so it's got some elevation there, and it's also got a bit more protection from grenades because it's off the ground. They have to shoot it pretty much onto it. So I'm just letting my turret do some of the work, and my main goal here is to level up because my level is quite low at the moment. You know, I'm only level 18, and by the end of this I end up at level 27. And then in my next video I get a high-end item out of the drop zone and I level up to 31. But and then I get killed and massacred by loads of people, but I got the high-end item out first, and that's the main thing. To only pick up the items that you know are good items and then get the hell out of Dodge with them. Find a clear drop site, make sure there's not many players around the area, and get that item out of the site as quick as possible. Don't go to chests. A good time, that's actually a good time to do it when a supply drop comes down. Excuse me. When a supply drop comes down, people are going to be rushing to the supply drop. So that's a good time to evacuate your item, because they'll be going there, they'll be fighting each other over it. As long as you can get that item out before they recover the items in the supply drops and come to the drop site, then you're laughing. If you can get that out just quick enough, don't forget you can't walk out a door with an item like that. You have to extract it, so gotta get there fast, and that's something that I found to be quite tricky until I realised that when the drop site comes in, everyone runs to the drop site. So you get the item out as quick as possible. I ended up with a very rare light green arm wristband, which helps with reloading, that sort of thing. Part of the set, it's extremely rare. The set will be a hard thing to get hold of, but it gave me 400 armor just off the cuff, and then it had a load of other perks with it, which was so useful, and that helped me climb the ranks to level 30. And indeed into level 31, I suppose, but basically I learned two things from this run. A, it was a long hard slog to get me up to this level, and it would have been a lot easier with that sniper rifle. But, as you can see here, there's other agents in the vicinity who are bad guys. And as you can see, I'm like healing them to show that I'm on their side. I don't want anything to do with them. You know, I'm not looking to hurt them, I'm looking to help them. So I don't engage. In fact, I put up the surrender, so to show them I'm not in this, I'm not a part of it. I didn't have my mic on obviously at that point because I was ill, so I couldn't tell them I didn't want any part of it. So I put up the surrender. I let them know I'm not interested in a fight. I'm not interested in killing them and claiming the bounty. They can go on their merry way, and I'm just stay like that until they clear the area, and they just left me alone. That doesn't always happen, but in this case it did. And I think if you certainly if you communicate over a mic and say, look, I'm not interested in any of this stuff, you help yourself to whatever you want, I just want to get the experience up, I don't want the items, and then anything they leave behind, because don't forget they're a higher level, and they probably don't want that. So, I was looking at the items there, I was thinking, shall I get this, shall I get that? I don't actually need it, so I carry on my merry way, but that's a good strategic tactic as well. See you in the next one. So this is me much later. I lost my other clips, I'm afraid to say, and I'm level 30 now, but this is the sniper rifle I wanted to show you. That's me missing terribly. But as you can see from this next shot, it is a hard thing to reload, but look at the damage this is doing. There it goes. That was the whole thing gone, and that's very powerful. And you can get that off a level, so go get it. And back to using clips, I'm afraid, but I couldn't find my other data. I'm sorry, I lost it. It went off the system again. I really should look at that because it's been a bit of a problem. But yeah, so basically I am happy with my system. You need 2 sets of guns on you at all times. A sniper rifle is very good for taking out those heavier enemies. A shotgun is good, but it requires you to get into close range, and I really don't like that. So I prefer the sniper rifle, because you've got a bit of distance. But you also need that submachine gun, a little machine gun, the little ones like the Uzi. I'm going to call it an Uzi. I know it's not, it's called something else, but I'll call it an Uzi. So you need the Uzi, and you need to have a sniper rifle, but as well as that you need a couple of guns in reserve, like an assault rifle, and on my level 30 I also had, that was a, I think that wasn't submachine gun as well. One of the big guns which fires a lot of bullets. It fired 198 bullets. And I basically fired my entire cartridge at one guy who was gold, had 50 bullets left and he went down, and I still had another 400 in reserve, which I thought was, you know, it's decent. And then I had other ammo for other guns, so that was useful, so I just switched to another gun. And there's safe houses in the dark zone where you can top up, like, buy different guns and that sort of thing, and you can top up on ammo at the entrance points as well, and that sort of thing. So that's useful, and you should do that as well if you can. But my main tips for surviving the dark zone: go in strong, don't hurt other players unless you have to. If you encounter a rogue player, don't try and take them down, especially if there's more than one and they're at a higher level. Let it be clear to them that you're not interested in a fight, you're not interested in their items, you're just there for experience, you're not interested in anything they've got, so they can just carry on with whatever they're doing. They might kill you, I'm not going to say they won't kill you, they might do, but, you know, at least then you've given them the option to say, alright, this guy has got no interest in us, he's clearly quite a low level, he's just looking for experience, we'll just let him go on his merry way. So, that sort of mentality. The other thing is matchmaking. If you go out in the normal campaign and matchmake with people and then they say, oh, let's go to the dark zone, be careful about that, because they might turn on you, they might lure you into a trap, or they might be fine with it, depending on how they were on the mission. If they kept needing picking up and were running off, then they're not the best person to go to the dark zone with. So don't start a fight with anyone unless you absolutely have to, because people hold grudges. They will come back for you, they will kill you, because they know you're going to respawn nearby, and they will wait for you, like in that last video I did. Carry a powerful sniper rifle, but also have guns in reserve in case you come across problematic players and you need to switch quickly. For that, make sure you know your way around the menu, because if you need to do a quick switch, you don't want to be fumbling with your fingers. You want to make it nice, quick and simple. So have all your mods on the gun ready equipped, so you can just go tap, 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 swap guns. Right, I'm shooting now. And don't forget, you can throw down your turret for cover fire. You can have that overheal, which is so much better than the med station. I really recommend that, even on campaign. It's so much easier, it's quicker, you gain health faster, and it's just so much easier to deal with. So we'll carry on, and I'll do a little summary as well at the end now.
Warning, you are exiting the safe area.
So yeah, just to finish up, just quickly for the last 2 minutes, try and group up with friends if you've got any online, people you know and trust who won't betray you. If you can't do that, try and find people in matchmaking and do campaign first so you can suss them out before you go into a battle scenario in the dark zone. Try and avoid conflict with higher ranking players and just try and level up first. Don't go for the items straight away. Yeah, I know it's tempting. I know we've all seen like, oh, that's a gold thingamajig. That's really important. But assess how many players there are in the dark zone, where you are, who's around you, what sort of level are they, and more importantly, how hostile are they? Because if they're attacking you, or if you've been gunned down by a player before, it might be worth leaving it alone, letting them have it, and just try and keep getting experience and money. Level up that way. And don't forget, you can revisit the campaign missions on hard, and that will give you gold stuff. I know the final mission on the campaign, once you redo that, you get some really good guns, you get some really good stuff, so you can mod and you can get better guns and that sort of thing. And don't forget, if you can't buy better guns, you can always buy the blueprints for them, so that's always useful to know. And the blueprints are cheaper as well, so sometimes that's better than buying the gun outright. So yeah, just for enemies I suggest sniper rifles. For players, you really need to put as many bullets into them as possible very quickly. Put them down before they have a chance to react. I know I came across a guy the other day who, yeah, I know, I went to the dark zone and I killed someone. So yeah, I went to the dark zone myself, and someone came in and I was shooting the bad guys down a long corridor, and he came running at me, and I was shooting the bad guys, but I think he thought I was shooting at him, so he took me down very quickly. But he was level 15, so as soon as I respawned in, because as soon as he killed me, he got rogue status, I went after him and I killed him. And I did that for two reasons. Number one, he was level 15, I was level 23 at that point, and I was slightly embarrassed that he'd taken me down so quickly and easily, but I just wasn't expecting him to do anything. And second of all, I don't think he meant to. I think he instantly regretted it, because he could see I wasn't shooting at him, because I hadn't got rogue status. It was him shooting at me. He tried to backpedal afterwards. He was saying, oh no, Tombo, the mic was going, and he was saying, don't kill me, And I was like, well, give back what you stole. You took my items, and I was going to extract those right there and then. I basically just picked them up, and I was going to extract them. He said, no, 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 no. I haven't got any good stuff. I want this. And that, for me, was just like, no, I'm sorry. You've taken my stuff. You want this, but I got it. I earned it, so you're going down. So I took him down. I shot him. I killed him. He wasn't very happy about it. But I only took my stuff back. I left his stuff there. So when he went back together, and I know we went back together because I extracted my stuff and I was watching him through my sniper rifle, I could see him picking up his stuff again and going on his merry way. And I thought, well, you know, alright, I've created conflict, but I haven't created a grudge against me, because that's what you want to avoid. People getting grudges. Because people will go after you again and again. Some of the higher ranking players, it's not best to do that for yourself because they will gun you down. So the lower ranking players, don't create any grudges, because you never know when you might want to call in a friend with a favour, and you can always help them, and then they'll help you, and hopefully over time you might gain a bit of a team yourself, even if it is people who are ranking up, who just want to rank up with you, which is useful. So yeah, I'm gonna go back in again in a minute once this video is uploaded, and hopefully I will be able to give you a video straight after that. If not, you'll probably see me in a week. Anyway, take care and see you next time.